everybody! It's almost Halloween time, so today is our Halloween live stream! Such beautiful music, isn't it beautiful music? Oh, what kind of chords are those? Those are not haunted chords. There we go. Uh-oh. 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 What am I doing? It's no longer haunted. Here's another lovely one from one of my wonderful plugin guru people. Oh, the pain, the screams. Where's the screams? There they are, so lovely. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, it's so beautiful. We even have like scary clavs. What's a scary clav like? Oh, yeah, that's scary. Here, hold on one second. Maybe I will drop this costume for being more normal? Is there such a thing as being normal? No, I don't think so. But one second. Okay, 1 second. Okay, that's sweet. Boy, that camera reaches a long ways. Jeez. There. A lot more normal. How you doing? Welcome. So this is... Oh, my cape. Look at this cape. It's a full... I mean, this makes... I'm not going to wear this for very long because it's actually quite warm. But boy, does it make it warm in here. Anyway, welcome to the Matrix, where everything is true and nothing is true. Anyway, how are you all doing? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I'm getting carried away. I like to get carried away. Wait, let's do yeah, that's it. That's it exactly. Let's see some other ones that are here that are alarming piano. Oh, that's beautiful. My children will love to hear this. Anyway, welcome. Hello. I'm John Lehmkuhl. This is our weekly live stream. Oh, we have something still playing. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I love that. That's great. Anyway, thank you to all of you guys that have contributed. Look at, we've got all these people that have made patches and samples and stuff for this free library. You guys are all going to get it on Halloween. You're going to get it. That's right. You're going to get it. 156 patches so far. It's pretty incredible. Really cool. Really creative, fun, scary stuff. I might give this to you the day before Halloween so you can make a track to play. I used to do a thing when my daughter was young. I'd put my studio speakers to the window. And I made sequences, and then I'd play the sequences when kids were coming up to get their candy. There'd be all this like scary stuff and screams, and you know. This would be cool with the pipe organ. So let's go over here to the keys. Where is it at? Alpha Omega pipes. Combining two patches, something Unify can do so easily. It's lovely. Anyway, I hope you all are doing well. Let me see. I got to get back to the chat. I just sent out a newsletter. 2 libraries are on sale today because of their October birthdays. I want to point them out really quick. Cutting Edge Synth Bass is a really cool from Moog Voyager to cool Razor patches to subs. To Serum, to FM, to TB bass, all in one bass library. And you can get for $21 today. It's insane. So Cutting Edge Synth Bass. Let me do this. I'll give you a link. Go plotting guru. Let's go. Cutting Edge. Let's see. Synth Bass. There we go. Plugin Guru. Cutting Edge Synth Bass. Here is the link. If you own Unify, this is a pretty sweet library to add. Can you show the keyboard, please? If you give me a minute, I'm going to have to run, because I'm going to be doing knob play and stuff, so let me run. I didn't run Logic yet, so this will probably screw everything up and we're going to lose audio, but because you asked for it, we'll do it. Let's go over here and... Also today, and I should point out, if we get down here to the BPM bass bonus patches and stuff like that, there's all these grooves with drums and all sorts of really cool stuff. There's Overlord. Some of these get into the waves. All right, let's get the keyboard lined up. I usually do this before the live stream starts, but I got doubling voice. There, no, I don't. So you guys hear audio right. I just want to make sure that we have good audio levels. Let me check over in OBS. Yep, I see levels there, and cool. Yay. Okay, so welcome. I have an awful lot to show you guys today. It's here, let me go over here and put on, 1 second, my normal glasses. Yes, that's better. Oh, much better. Okay, so we have a lot going on today. So it's live stream. I've got spiders. They're invading my place. It's crazy. And I got things to show you. So this library is $21. TV303 in the house. Yeah. Let me see. Subsonic Arts, Sands of Arrakis is also celebrating its birthday today. This is interesting. This is a synthesizer that hasn't yet been made for Apple Silicon. Unify can load it with its built-in little converters so we can still access it and play it inside of an Apple Silicon-based computer. This is like you have to own Dune 3 from Synapse Audio before this library works. But Fred Dunn got this wonderfully talented sound designer from Paris. Wanted to show his respect and just make make sounds that kind of like were inspired by the books by Frank Herbert. So this is all about really interesting. We're going to say Unify layer, and let's add a rhythm like the Space Harvester. That's some more equipment. More sequences. So all sorts of really cool creative stuff. There's 230 patches, so there's an awful lot to go through. There's these really cool pulses. Just all sorts of crazy stuff. This library is also $21 today. So let's go over here and say Sands of Arrakis. That's right here. I'll give you a link into our chat. Oh, thank you, Ryan. Rocks, man. Hi, Jurgen. Good to see you too. Welcome. So we're having fun. It's Halloween. I wanted to be, I have an Elvis costume and I wanted to have Dracula cape with vampire teeth and Elvis, but I didn't have a chance to get out and get the teeth. So sorry about that. Didn't make it to that part of it. But if you own Dune 3, get this. It's really, really, really cool. Really fun. All right, so where do we start? Let me do this. I'm going to take a second to get this off because it's actually pretty warm. So give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to go over here off camera and lighten up. So let's see. Go lay down on your bed, silly. Get over there, you silly dog. My God, Athena, you're crazy. Okay, that's much better. All right, much better. Hi, how you doing? So, welcome. This is a live stream. We have some really fun things to show you today. My name is Elvis Vampire. I don't have anything. I don't have my pipe organs and stuff going, so we're going to go back here to Uniscream, find some other scary sounds, Ghosts in the Machine. Find Strange Delight made this one. Let's have Medicine Bells rolling. And Tomorrow's Dreamfall. That's better. They won't stop. They must be possessed. Anyway, okay, so get back to normal. Okay, back to normal. Hi. So, okay. Actually, we'll go normal. I know it's boring. It was much more fun being Halloween, but that was only just for the beginning. That's all the longer the union allowed me to do such a thing. So anyway, we have action-packed, crazy. I'm going to have to actually look at my thumbnail to remember everything I have to show you because there's this to show you. Ooh, and it's not centered anymore. Why are you not centered? Get back. There you go, like that. Thank you. There's other plugins to show you as well. Let's start with this. Let's go over here. Of course, we're going to go over to Replace Layer, Master, Optimizer Light. This makes everything sound just a little bit sweeter, nicer. And Glass Strings, let's start there. This is from the Crow Hill Company. This is a new library of their definitive collection of strings. And it's a quartet, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. It's not the same as a full orchestra to have this, but they have some really creative ideas that they've been developing inside of their patches. If we go over here to something like their media longs, we can see that they have a cool interface that they can have up to 8 different types of strings. You have expression. You actually have 2 controls for. They have bass you can turn on, which when you turn it on, let's make sound. It's kind of cool. They do this in a way where it doesn't change sounds, just like Unify, until you actually play new notes. They have quite a few different articulations. They have as well, we get to plucks. They have, here's plucks with bass. We go to the Cableguys, Bartok. And they've also added some really interesting things in here in their, what they call their, where are they at? These gestures. These are where you're playing and you get bonus playing whether you ask for it or not. And in a way, it's really unique because it gives it would be really hard to program this to have it where you can play something like a, hands off, and it will just add these additional elements. Let's turn on the bass. I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't add. There's a few things that are a little weird with this, and it's the first version, so they might fix these. But you can't turn off the wides and have just bass. And like, even if you turn these all the way down. Now you don't hear the strings, but you don't hear the bass. I still don't hear bass. So I don't know what's happening, why it's sometimes... I don't hear bass, even though I can turn it on. There's a few things that are funny about that. There's a few things to point out. They're shorts. Here's the list of all of the different things that they have, which are great. Here's one that has bass. Position is panning. But if I turn these down, it turns down the bass too. I can't have this bass section play by itself, which I thought was kind of odd, but you can turn the basses off when it's been turned on the patches that say bass, but these ones that don't say bass, it's interesting that if you go to Jet without bass, it won't let you add the bass. So I don't understand some of the mapping things that they're doing in here. The strings themselves are I don't think I'm gonna go into everything it has, but I wish I had a demo for you guys to try out. It does a lot of really things really nicely. The sounds I'm really impressed with are just the normal ones to start with are just great. So if you go to longs, here's all the different long gestures that you have, including like circular. We just play, and then there's this just nice motion. It doesn't go anywhere. It's really nice. There's fast, there's marcatos, all that kind of stuff. Right? So, highly recommended, especially for the price. It's like $149 right now. So it's a really wonderful 16 gigabytes of all sorts of things in the string domain. I think you'll really like it. It has some really cool added effects. It's like this using Glisten, which is a really cool like octave shimmer. So it's really nice in that regard. It has, as you can see, this mono. You can make it really wide if you want. So depending on what other instrumentation you're working with, how you want it to sound, it's really great. Hello to you all. Extra hour of sleep. Okay, cool. Don't forget, clocks go back tonight, but American Daylight Standard doesn't until next weekend. So next week's live stream will be... Yeah, be aware of the hour changes. I wish we didn't have them, but of course we are in different places on the planet all at the same time. It's crazy that I'm talking to some of you guys and it's like night at the same time. Anyway, so Glass Strings is our first. Next up is an update to a library, a plugin actually called Current. This is from Minimal Audio. If you use this inside a Unify, it's critical. I've told them about this. I'm sending them a copy of Unify to work with. You have to go over here and set it to manual start and stop. If you don't do that, our normal MIDI quick stop and stuff like that, you'll get notes that cut off because if it's getting a note off at the same time it gets a note on, it just does weird things where notes won't play when you expect them to. So if you set to manual start and stop, it works. Works in your docks. There's a master clock. There's all sorts of cool sounds. The cool thing with this for Current 2 is that they now have this really cool play page. Synth tones and so forth, this is a really great place to go. There's this Phase Plant and Serum are still probably the three most used for. By the way, if you want some new music to listen to that is totally mind-blowing as far as just a sonic, like, oh my gosh. Let's see here. Please, music. It's taking for. There's an. Okay, go over here. This new library from. He's a YouTuber that does a lot of really great libraries and videos and so forth. Virtual Riot, Stealing Fire. It actually has little snippets from songs that inspired him built into all of these pieces. And the production and the programming, the sounds is truly like the apex of what you can do with technology right now. He's someone that really pushes things to crazy levels, and I can't recommend highly enough. Now, if you're like me, someone that like, I just set up all 300 of my CDs and I found cassette tapes, and you like older styles of music that had a verse and a chorus, this is a different format. This is today's style of music, so it's different. But play it some. See if you relate to it. If you don't, that's cool. But just sonically, what he's doing is just insane. It sounds like what he's getting, you will find inside a Current. So it's got really fun capabilities. And if you go over here to Engine, this shows you what's going on under the hood. It's 2 oscillators, 2 filters, tons of LFOs, followers, curve, all that kind of stuff going on. So you can look at this page if you want. But if you want, you can go over here. And play with all the cool harmonics and stuff like that. So this is an update. I don't have a link. Let me get over here. So Current from Minimal Audio. Minimal Audio. Let's see here. So here's their website. Go like this and like this. And I need to tell Firefox on its viewing of toolbars to not show that. Thank you. So Current 2.0. If you are a subscriber already, they have all sorts of different ways to get it. They were kind enough to send it to me, so I want to let you know about it. So there you go. Very, very, very cool what it can do. So now I got a couple cool audio effects to show you really quick. And then we're going to show you the libraries. I've got a library I've been working on that's coming out really cool. Let's go over here to some grooves to show you this first thing. This is one of the grooves that we made for Rad Bad Beats in a live stream a while back. So we're gonna call up from Baby Audio Transit 2. Now, Transit 1, if you recall, let you break things down, and it had all sorts of cool effects. Right? You can do some cool stuff with it. They've gone much farther with version 2. So let's go over here. Let's say Transit 2. Transit 2. They now have all of these different types of audio effects, including time, just insane things. So what this can do, sonically can go all sorts of cool places. Right? If you go over here to like, if you say you want to see things that use multi-effects, you can say I want a distorted drive. So they have subtle things. The other thing that's different is over here, you now have the ability, instead of the big macro knob, you can click here and choose it to be all sorts of things. An LFO, and you can choose the range. And you can choose how far you want the controls to go. And we want the time to be 2 times. have a bit crusher. So you can choose all sorts of cool ways now that it can do things through a groove instead of just being just an effect that you do as a macro, right? So for a one-stop shop for doing really cool transitions, effects, alternates to grooves, they did a great job. Andrew Hang worked with them. There's tons and tons. There's like 500 new presets in here. So in and out of space. Crazy stuff. So really, really cool. Baby Audio. Let me show you the page here. Baby Audio. Transit 2 is right here. I'll put the links in the video description after the live stream. $79. If you own the previous version, you can get it for like, I think $29. It's great. Highly recommended for those of you that need something kind of cool and new. Another thing to show you that's cool and new, let's do this. I'm going to call up, let's build a groove using the elements inside of Red Bad Beats. So let's say kick. So here's a kick, right? And let's add a snare. Let's go over here and say Unify, new layers. No, we don't want to reverse noise because we're going to actually use a plugin that's going to put stuff like that in. So let's say, okay. And let's say no reverb. So it's dry. Let's make it even shorter. And in this case, I'm going to do something kind of crazy. I want to use the amp to make it so it like clamps. So let's make this like this. So it goes down really fast and put it on the amp. And we need to say quarter note, 100%. There we go. So super short, right? And then let's go up here and we'll add a BPM groove up here as a separate layer. Let's say Tambo straight, right? And I want to add one of these really cool RX grooves up here. So let's say like projector. Now, I'm going to show you an effect that BT designed with the guys at Cableguys. So if we go over here and say Cableguys, we will see it's called Snapback. And I'm putting it on just the snare. So you see the snare. You know how in dance music, a lot of times there's all sorts of really cool stuff before the snare. And you can take a long time and make a separate track, reverse it, add different effects, make it a noise, whatever you want. What if you had a plugin that could do that automatically? That's what Snapback is for. It's for snapbacks and layering transients to get cool, thicker sounds. So let's take this. Let's go to the list of presets, and here's snares. If I say punch, here's darkness. Am I on the right track? Yeah. Now it's adding in a little pre-thing to the beginning of it. And you can click for what this pre-thing is, and they have all sorts of transients. So we could say scrapes, and let's bring this. I can change the pitch. So I can add things before and after. Let's give it full decay so you can hear what it's doing. If you go here to the list of snares, they have all sorts like rooms. So I'm adding a reverb, and then I can change the decay and tune it up. All sorts of different ways of playing with it. Oh, that's shifting milliseconds. Here's pitch. Right? And here's pitch. So I wish they had a random so it could like change these parameters in time so that it's different, because that's one thing I like with a lot of the dance tracks where people actually go in and do this. But this gives you consistent it's looking at the actual, when you put an audio effect on a track in a DAW, depending on how much processing power it takes, it has a certain amount of milliseconds that it tells the DAW to scoot this playback early. This is doing that in real time to figure out how to play before the actual timing. It's very, very smart, because it's like one of those things like, well, you can't really affect the sample until the sample plays. But because it's looking at clock information, it's able to go ahead of time and put something in front. So Snapback, $29. It gives you the ability to put also. Now, you can't use it on a full loop because the full loop is doing everything, and then it becomes like texture, some of these other plugins that do that kind of stuff. But let's say it puts on the kick. I seem to have... Let's see here. Let me see. Let's go over here and say Snapback, not Snap Heap. And let's choose from the kicks. Let's get a whip. And it's a clock. So what does that sound like in the groove, right? Gives you this pre-energy, which is cool. Let's try it on the tambourine just for fun, just so you can see what it does. Snap back. Here, let's play the tambourine by itself. So it's trying. You turn on the transient. Now you hear what it's doing? It's picking up all the audio. Now if I wanted, I could bring up the filtering. They also have a trigger page, which is really cool. You could bring in the input filter. So it's only playing now on the higher order accents of the tambourine. So you can take pre-existing grooves and add all sorts of really cool elements to them. This is Cableguys Snapback. Let me find Snapback. This is, Cableguys, no server found. All right, Cableguys Snapback. Here it is. All right, so cableguys.com/snapback, $29 to add all sorts of kind of fun stuff. Does it do MIDI out? I don't think it does MIDI out. I mean, let me see here. John, can make my dynamics in a groove? It's mainly for EDM. It's you could maybe automate parameters to give it something of a more like, but it's basically it's an alternate type of triggering. There's a lot of audio triggering where you can like layer a snare or something like that. This does all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's $29 instead of $49 as its intro price. So if you want something that does something kind of interesting and cool, let's bypass. That's without it. So from that to... So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to be aware of such cool tools. Somebody thinking out of the box. BT worked with them on this. He's an out of the box kind of a thinker. So it's really exciting to see stuff like this. So that is a new audio effect. So we covered, I'm doing well. Oh, I can't believe it. I did all right. Okay, so in 45 minutes, we've covered, we'll talk a little bit more in a second about the Unichill library a little bit more. We covered glass strings from the Crow Hill Company, which is a really cool string library. We covered the update to Current 2. We covered Transit 2 with all the new effects and all the cool stuff it has. And Snapback, which is a really, really nice new pre-percussion trigger with all sorts of really cool samples. As you can see, there's all these different categories. So there's all sorts of different things to choose from that can do weird things to the sounds to give you cool grooves. Now, if you use it on a full drum loop, let's do this. Let's call up something like one of these grooves that's... No, let's go normal, call up. Now, these grooves in Rad Bad Beats, a lot of them are not normal. So, okay, here we go. What can we do to this? So one way I would use it on this, there's a couple options because this is using Midi Box, right? So here's a good chance to give you a tutorial on Midi Box. There's a snare in the middle of this, right? And if you go into Midi Box, we have this key range of what's played and what's not from the MIDI file. So there's a hi-hats, there's a snare. If I bring this down lower, down there's the kick. So if I bring this up, I've removed the kick because it's below D sharp 1. So then I can duplicate this to another layer. And let's do this. Let's, instead of including notes, let's choose the other option, which is exclude notes. So it's now just the kick. So this is how I can isolate these things really quickly. So I can go over here and say, duplicate this layer. Let's go back to including notes on this layer, solo it. And I'm going to bring down the top. So it's just a snare, right? Then I'm going to duplicate this because I have a really cool trick. So duplicate, solo this, and instead of include, let's say exclude. We want to say include, but we just want to bring the bottom note up and the top note up. So this is hi-hats. So because it's Midi Box, I've now made it 3 layers. There's the snare, and here's the kick. So now I've separated these into 3 elements. Snapback can do anything I want. If I put Snapback right here at the end, and I choose a preset, I'm just gonna click, 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 Dusty. Some of these you might want on everything. It's kind of cool to put it on a whole groove, but it plays it on the kick, the snare, hi-hats. So if we bypass this, is instead we say snare is right here, right? So let's go snapback right here on the snare. And let's go to the list and snare. Let's say we want to add a clap to it. So clap back. So it's layering a clap with it. And for the kick, I want to add a snap back, get back. And let's go over here to kicks, and I want to add sauce. And you might want to take the pitch up. Let's and the hi-hats, I want to do something kind of weird. So let's go over here, snap back. Let's go over here to other hats, hi-hat synth pop. So I've totally messed up the loop with 3 different layers of snapback on the different elements. And I could also have it on the whole thing. So DaVinci, if you want to send presets, okay. So anyway, snapback, right? You got the link. That's the information. Let's move on. So Uniscream 2024 is our... This is the library we are all building together. There's a free version on the website you can download, which has all the John Lehmkuhl presets and samples. So it's got the scary screams, scrapes, I went to a hotel in California when I saw my daughter a couple weeks ago. I recorded the hotel. Toilets flushing, sinks, even, where is it? Brushing my teeth. Showers. I wasn't taking a shower at the time, by the way. Bath, for taking a bath. If you want to contribute to this, you can send samples or just patches using my samples that I've included to Unify support at pluginguru.com. Yeah, it's been mentioned a number of times. Let me put, Taylor, can you put a little, send yours. Oh, hold on a second. Hey, buddy.
You're about to do your live stream. Just realized.
I'm doing my live stream.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I'll call you later. Bye.
Bye.
She always calls when I'm doing my live stream. I love it. So, anyway, so you can contribute. It's Unify support at pluginguru.com is the email address to send samples, sample maps if you can make them into the SFZ files, and we will add them to this library. And it's just getting really great. Andy Saunders, I love this one. Frankenstein missing, how's it called? Missing parts. Cool. The Grim Reaper, Timekeeper. Is there anything more to this? His names are so... MIDI out for controlling other is or retreat. Great. That's great. It's okay to send raw samples and we will map them. Just don't send us a folder with like 300 samples because Taylor is organizing this and I don't want to overwork the dude. I mean, he's done a really great job. If you look at the list, JL is the stuff I've done. Chris Gard created and sent a whole bunch of stuff. Look at all these plucks and synths and bells and keys. SD included some stuff. Yes, no, I guess. Here, let's do this. Let's init. And let's go over here and call Guru Sampler. If we go over here to the Uniscream library, I'm curious what yes, no sounds like.
No, 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 yes, 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 no, yes, yes, no, yes.
Cool. Vox, yeah. Oh, some of these are not working. And Taylor is looping some of these that aren't looped. Cool stuff. Scary Clav. Jason. So there's a whole lot of samples as well as patches that y'all are contributing. Cool. Creeping Cyanide. We're gonna have to have prizes for the best names because that's fun. Oh, turn on Jason. Oh well, I was just playing the samples. So here, let's go over here to Chris Gard's patches. Jason again. Turn on the ARP. Yep, there it is. Now, if we wanted to, we could say, stop at that note, and let's go over here and call up your, where'd you have it? Where's that? Scary Clav. Let's load this into new Unify layer. have it play starting above that and take it down 2 octaves. Actually, let's do this. Let's duplicate it. Down another octaves. Fun. So, thank you to all you guys playing along and making scary stuff and making like stupid, disgusting names. I love it. Yeah. Great, 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 great. Elevating 4. We haven't done one of these in like 2 years. We did one in 2020 and 2021, and then 22 and 23 we didn't. So it's really fun to come back. You guys are in just great. Someone needs to do a Frankenstein in Love patch, okay? Oh, 4 variants. Is this? I might be to the wrong patch. Anyway, Chris, you're programming like crazy. I love it. I love it, love it. Glenn Morrissey made 1 patch. Great. Very usable. Thank you for making that, Glenn. Sending it to us. Kendall sent a couple really cool patches. Really cool stuff. And piano in a mirrored fun house. Really cool. It's got the long, soft releases on the piano. We'll see if there's time. I really wanted to do, and I still will. The library's got a couple really cool drum kits in it. If you notice down here, if you go to the menus, actually it's under drums, right? I can't remember what I put. So there's the 808 kit, which is all the ambient 808. I'm not transposed. Why is that like that? Should be a kick there. Does somebody got my transpose messed up on my keyboard? I want to have it so you can play everything on the keyboard. So oh, there we go. Oh, this is Strange Delight. This is a new kit. Oh, cool. Thank you for making this. Cool. Different snares. Really cool. We do have the there it is. Here's the hello, the one that I created earlier. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of MIDI files for these. So there'll be some MIDI file drum grooves added in this. Hey, Strange is in the group. I made a key map for the 808 kit. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's mapped in a cool way with this stuff showing you. I might transpose it 1 octave up because I play from a 5-octave keyboard. So I can't get to the kicks when I'm playing it. But thank you for doing that. That's okay, cool. We'll do that for the final. Anyway, so this is going to be coming out maybe the day before Halloween. Depends on how fast we can get it all done. So let me show you real quickly the library I'm working on to release early in November. That's Electric Dreams. This is our electric guitar library. has come out so good. So let me show you this to start with. And I don't have any macro knobs assigned to these. I'm going to have some programming work to do. And this is one where there's soft and hard of my Les Paul. And then I added note off and guitar effects. So you have these added yeah, no, Strain, DaVinci, they're not in a compatible layout. He's doing an octave for one type of drum, an octave for another type of drum. He's not trying to match any format for any easy mapping. So, sorry, it's going to be challenging for you to use it if you're expecting to just play MIDI files. Another guitar. Going for moody. I'm going for like this kind of stuff. And Taylor Harris has been helping. He made some lovely guitars. And then last night, I sampled this. This is the U-Bass. Can you hear it? It's very cool. And it sounds like this. This is a single sample, then I have round robin. And when you layer this with the guitars, I have some splits down here so you can play it with a split. I still have really bad drums to sample. Because it's going to be, I'm kind of going for the Cigarettes After Sex kind of vibe. So if you're familiar with that band, this is kind of for that. And just really simple drums with really horrible drum sounds. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for. There's another guitar I plan to sample. I've ordered an audio a stomp box that should be here in a couple days to sample. But I also record harmonics. Here's a single sample, and then the round robin is 3 round robins. So it came out really nice. Yeah, Taylor's doing a great job. So he's got the chorus magic. He's actually a guitar player. I can't play guitar other than playing it on the keyboard, which is kind of funny. So we're still working on this. We've got more live. Taylor's recording some other guitars. I am too. So this will be out in early November. And once we have all these different guitars, when I start combining this stuff, it's going to get even better. Yes, that's very cool. We've discovered for sure that Snapback does have MIDI out, so you can use it in cool ways that way. That's really cool. Here's one with Taylor's guitar, with chorus. Really cool vibe. So this will be coming out early November. It's gonna be a fun little library to have work with. Okay, so one more thing to show you guys, and this one's gonna require. I'm gonna try to. Let's see if I can get this to work. Let's go over here. Let me go to OBS because this can take a little setup. Got to turn on this camera, and I really want to move it, but for some reason, enable lock preview show on the LG. Oh, it's projecting it over there. Full screen. Let's see. Now I have it over here in the corner. I don't want to do that. Back to canvas. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's see if I turn these off for the second because I messed everything up. Let's go like that. Oh, preview. I don't want that. So if I say del, close, and go over here and say close. There. Okay. I'm learning OBS software as we go. I really want this to be full screen. So if I said top camera, full screen, no, and webcam, no, it's not doing it. Okay, so you just have to see it in the corner. I'm sorry, but if we go over here and we say, I need to get the what's it? Multi-Poly editor librarian. It's waiting for the device. It should show up. There it is. And then I need to go over here and get this to work inside of Logic. So let's go like this. And let's say input on 1, 2, change it to 3, 4. And I'm playing it there to control my Unify, which I'm going to turn off. So bye-bye Unify for the moment. And we need to go down here, and then we need to have a multi-instrument. External MIDI to the multi-poly, and I have the volumes up there. Okay, and you're not making sense. Oh, you know why? Let's see. No, the sound is still going to there. It's still going. Oh, 1 second. Let me do a little tech support. So I was recording from a guitar amplifier last night, so that's why it wasn't working. Now I should get audio here. Good. Well, what do you know? I was hoping I could show this to you guys. External to multi-poly. Oh. There it is. Ha ha. Okay, so, and I have like, I need to move my guitar over here. So I have some room to get over to play this. So, there we go. And I really wish I could, for some reason, OBS is not letting me, oh, there it is. Okay, there you go. So, this is the new Korg Multi-Poly, and sounds incredible. You can hear. Let's see if I go like this and like that. Now this is a prototype, so it's got funky keys and stuff. The actual production unit has far better action. If we go over here to the Multi-Poly voicing, there's over 300 factory patches. Let me show you a couple fun ones that I was able to create. I really, really love, well, let's do this one first. This is the voice of the master. This is a nice lead. And I'm distorting, so let's turn this down a little bit. I mean, it sounds so nice. Whoa, not that bad. Insane filters. I mean, it's beautiful. If you love synthesis, you will. Now, it is a digital synthesizer. Korg has worked really hard. They have this new technology called kind of component. They call it card. And as you can see, you have parameters over here for the randomization. Let's see, let's move this out of the way. There's randomization parameter here for each of the parameters elements so that it actually is like regenerating different, very, very subtle differences like a true analog synthesizer would. So it's getting even more insane with what you can do. Let's see if I set this like this. This is one note. That's sad. Oh. Let's get this to be full screen for a second. Now this is kind of cool. If you take a look at this, the motion sequencers are what are doing all this really cool stuff. And you can change what each shape is. So like if I want this one to be a different shape, I can have it up at 2 octaves. And the thing that's crazy with this is there are 4 layers that are each 4 oscillators in size. Oh, hey, I'm hiding the editor so you can't see. So let me go over like this. Get that back to be more like that. Put it up here. Don't you love modern technology? So this is the editor librarian that comes with the Multi-Poly when you get it. And you are able to see all the stuff going on that is very limited in the actual unit because of the interface. It takes all the same parameters are there, but you've got this interface to work with that it gives you access to knobs and stuff, which is cool, but you can't see all this kind of stuff that's going on. And here, let's reset it so we call it back up. And here's the knobs. And I can turn off all the layers except for one so you can hear what's going on. So layer 1, layer A, is 2 oscillators. Each oscillator, here, let's zoom in this window for a second because we can do this. So say hide this and zoom in this. Check out the oscillators. Each one has the ability to be one of 4 different types of synthesis. Classic gives you access to the standard waveforms, all that kind of stuff. If you go over here to digital, this is like wavetable based. So you have all these wavetables. Some of these wavetables I created that are inside of my Serum library. Korg licensed them from me and used them in this. And then there's also the West Coast Wave Shaper additive forms of synthesis per oscillator. So this one oscillator so it's doing and the filter's not doing that much to this, but if I wanted to, I could. There we go. Now, if we click on this, and then I want to add, and I could say I want it to be, let's see, lane A, sequencer lane A. So we go, generators, sequencer lane A, step sequencer A. So now it's doing this stuff. Now, if we turn this off and go to layer B, it's doing a whole different step sequence. See how I've got it doing this bass line, it does triplets on one of the events. If I wanted this to do something crazy, okay. Layer C is the drums. Oh wait, this is the synth part, the kind of the frenetic synth part that's doing all the fun stuff with the mod wheel. And see how I have different timing values for certain events and so forth, right? And then layer D is the drum groove. Kick and a hi-hat that's going through the noise. And then the noise is being modulated from the noise source, which is right here. There's A filter I could go to, or B. So you have all these crazy controls for 4 layers of 4 oscillator synthesis in one patch with 60 voices of polyphony. So it takes the whole mono-poly concept much farther into what we can do with it. So it's really, really fun to play with. Oh, this is, people are playing this one a lot, so. This is doing a groove. Let's turn off the parts. So we got the bass line here, and then I think kick drum on layer B, and then layer C, hi-hats, and then D, I made this really cool synth sound, which starts with an explosion of resonance, and then like kind of comes out of it into a synth. And you put all that together, if you hold down notes, in your right hand you don't get the explosion, but when you take and play new notes, you get the explosion. So fun things like that. I made a really cool, let's see if I can find it. Oh, this is one of them. These are wavetable synthesis. With unison, and I'm using this motion sequencer as the modulation envelope. In Serum, you'd use like a non-repeating envelope type of thing. But here's all your different shape types that you can choose. Let's see if I can find like the shape I was using. And this is 3 oscillators. If you want to do. So it's a cool synth. It's really fun to be part of the voicing team still with these instruments. And the keyboard does not have aftertouch. Unfortunately, they did that decision to keep it in an affordable price range. They haven't designed, I guess, one that has the, let's see, I got to change the screen back to where it's not so big. But it does, I'm playing this from another keyboard controller, and in that case, because it is being played by another keyboard controller, it has aftertouch. So all the patches are programmed to have aftertouch. So if there's, I mean, not every patch is. And there's no official word, but of course, if you look at the history of Wave State, just see what they've done where they brought out a plug-in version and they've brought out like bigger, cooler versions. I would guess, I'm not going to say official because I don't work for Korg, but you can probably guess that they'll do a similar thing here. So if you want a bigger keyboard with aftertouch, I bet there will be one coming at some point in the future. But nothing to announce, nothing official. I am not an official spokesperson for Korg. I'm just lucky enough to have one of the few in the United States because I did voicing on it and they sent it to me to work with. So really cool instrument. Really, really cool. Very, very fun. Super easy to program as far as just starting from a init. And let's see if I spin up on this. I can get it to the init patch. And great filter like I showed you. The envelope here, you can bring this up and then you go to the envelopes. Here's your intensity. Oh, let's bring it to 0 because it's these. You know, it's the snappy is always important. Also be aware you have a curvature for the decay. That's how you get the really great exponential snappy. That's very important to be able to do, of course. If you want, I'm not going to go too deep into programming because we're almost out of time. But it's very, very fun. If I wanted, I could send this to filter B. Let's put an LFO on this. So we come over here to our LFOs, to filter B. We have all sorts of options for this shape. The way that it works as far as effects and stuff, you have effects, you have pre-effects. So we could say put on a modern, let's see, turn it on. Put a wave shaper. Then we can have a chorus. You have tape echo. And then the whole patch goes through one reverb. So that's layer A. Layer B, let's use to make this build up a great big huge thing. Down. They have this really cool detune saw. So you get detuning from one oscillator that sounds like two oscillators. Say over here to detune saw. Say classic. Let's say detune saw again. We have an LFO that can change the detune amount. So you get something screaming, go over here to the amp. Envelope for filter A, have it be a slow up down to here. Now let's turn on layer A. And then on the effects, I could go to the master EQ. It's interesting. They have very similar to Unify's Flex EQ, where you have two shelves and then two peaks. So you can get, that's just two layers. You can also set it on the keyboard setups. You can set it to where it's on its own MIDI channels. So each of the four layers could be four different four oscillator synthesizer sounds. Very, very powerful. Now, availability is very limited from my understanding. The first shipments are coming to Japan. In December, it's coming to the rest of the world, but get onto waiting lists if you want one. Is there a mod on here? No, there's no mods. Yeah, it does have incredibly nice resonant filtering, so I should also point out you have quite a few different types of filtering. Like if I was to take layer B and put this into some really cool tape delay, lots of effects. Let's say time, a little bit of feedback. Right? And then here's the sends for the reverb. So I bring this up. Let's have it be really huge, long time. And I'm distorting, sorry. Let me turn this down a little bit. So yeah, the filtering is incredibly great. I mean, the key to any synthesizer, how good the filters are. And the oscillators, and the envelopes, and the effects. They really nailed this. This has such a great set of great parameter set, capabilities. It's powerful enough that great sounds. I mean, and if you need the big 1980s, with aftertouch, you know, stuff like that. So, do you know if the Multi-Poly come as a desktop unit? There's I would say that there's a good chance you're going to see lots of flavors of Multi-Poly because it is so Sounds so good and it's so flexible. I think Korg will try to make everybody happy. But I'm not an official spokesperson for Korg. I don't work for Korg. I have worked since the 90s on a contract basis with them, making factory presets for their synthesizers. I've been blessed to work on like 25 or so synthesizers that they've released and the wave drums and all that stuff. They're my family. So I love the guys at Korg very much. They're family for sure. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't start with Korg. I'll tell you that. So anyway, it's great. You'll see lots of flavors of this engine, but I'm not an official spokesperson and there's no official announcements at this time made by Korg. So I'm not going to say anything officially, but with an engine this good, I would think you're going to see. I did work on the S3. I did. S3 was one of my favorite things to work on. I actually played the let's see if I find, where did I put it? Since we're at the end of the live stream, I'm going to rant and wax and something for a second too here. Let me see if I can find this. We did an introduction in Japan of the Wave Station and the Korg S3. And I played the S3 live. Let me see if I go to videos. Where is Korg? Wave Station intro, 1990. Let's see if I open this up. Oh, this is just the audio. Yeah, don't do that. Open with QuickTime Player. Now, let me see if audio is being routed. I don't know if it is. So let's go to, I think, Loopback. Oh, and I can't spell. So again, you have a couple more days to get us samples and patches for the Uniscream library. So please contribute to that if you can. Let me go to sources. I guess it's already there. So if I go into this, this is before. Let's see if I go to OBS, make sure we can see this. Yeah, I think it's only one audio side, so I apologize for that. But this is like we walked in. That's me with Dave Smith. We were talking with the heads of Korg about this.
That there was no room for improvement. So we decided that we would design a true synthesizer as opposed to the more sample-based workstations.
And every time Dave would say something, they needed to then translate it to Japanese for the people in the audience.
With the effects.
Here I am playing the S3 with my drum cat. With John Bowen and Jack Hotop. $1990. 34 years ago. And we've written some pieces that we perform live. That's me. The cameraman had a problem. John Bowen? It focused on him for some reason. And Jack Hotop, my brother from another mother. So Jack, he's made patches that are inside of the Multi-Poly. He was with Korg before I joined Korg in the 80s. He made patches for the Poly 800. True brother from another mother. Oh, have a fun gig tonight at Herbie. Oh, cool, Jeff. Awesome. Enjoy that. So we had a good time. This is the whole presentation. I haven't put this online yet, but they do a demonstration where they show all the abilities of these products. I showed the S3 drum machine. I don't know if it's, here's, I'm showing like all the cool, And I had to put tape over the display because the lights were so bright I couldn't read the display. So anyway, yeah. So I worked on the S3. This proves that's me there in the S3. Really, really, really fun. Had a great time. Great memories. I will have on my channel, I'm going to put that whole video I think I panned it to stereo. Try to get it to work and stuff like that. So, yeah, big time. It's really fun. So thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. It was really fun. We'll do this again next week. We'll have even more on the guitar library done. I'm so excited with how it's turning out because once I get the drum parts, that's when this is going to really come to be like. Oh, I'm playing hold on a second here. So we got to go over here. We don't want guitar and synths. So we can turn that off. And there we go. Oh, is Herbie here? Hey! Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Herbie. Oh, good to see him there. Oh my gosh. Great to see you, man. Thank you. Wow. That made my day. Wow. Cool. Okay, well, thank you for joining us. Shout outs. Let's do our shout outs. Shout out from Eagle, Idaho. Happy Halloween to everybody. Finland, San Francisco Bay Area. Hey, I'm still here. Wow, dude, you got to get some sleep. So good to see you, Herbie. Man, what a great joy. Great. Awesome. Good to have a killer show, man. Have a great show. So many of my friends. Herbie, let's see, Jerry Kowarski and Jack Hotop saw you in New York. Such great people. So cool. Where are we at? So, yeah. So, Herbie, where were you? You're in Hong Kong. Holy cow, man. That's going to be a killer show. In UK, Antwerp, North Carolina. Shout out from Japan. Good to see you, Kasaka-san, as always. Thank you. Norway, Colorado, Golden, Colorado. I love that. Shout out from Los Angeles. Good to see you, Spirit. Germany for Da Vinci Girl. Thank you for joining us. We're worldwide. It always blows me away every time we do the shout outs. And, you know, Herbie's in Hong Kong and everybody's in Colorado and Antwerp and the UK all at once. It's good to see you all. Glad we all come together. It's very, very fun. So we'll see you next week for another live stream. Be happy, healthy, creative. If you have samples you want to contribute to the Uniscream 2024, we've got till tomorrow night, till Sunday night to send samples. And Unify support at plugandgoo.com is the website to send them to. So we can have time to there you go. Taylor's putting it all together. Thank you, Taylor. Everybody shout out to Taylor. I gotta do a shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Taylor. He's rocking it up. We're not in the same towns anymore. We're in different states, but he's still doing such a great job. Really appreciate everything he does. Yeah, doing great work. Yeah. Thank you, Taylor. Happy Halloween to you all. We'll see you after Happy Halloween is all over, and we'll play with the Uniscream library together. We'll maybe have to have like a competition. Everybody gets to vote on their favorite patch name because some of these patch names are really, really cool. Did I use the editor? Yes, I did use the editor. The keyboard wasn't available when we were working on it, so we had other ways of working on it. So by 1027, yeah, 1027, not 1029. Yeah, So yeah, we had a way of voicing. I better not say too much, but all right. Thank you all. 10/27 is the deadline for samples. So make sure you get them to us before tomorrow night at midnight, if you can. If not, you just get to enjoy the free library and add your patches after the fact. Okay? Thank you all. We'll see you later. Wait, see here. We'll go. Happy Halloween to all. Ha ha ha.